Hello guys and welcome to Odds on League and Matchday 13th. As always, we have Alain Valnegri with, again, nailing his ACCA 7 out of 10 in the previous match day. So, Alain.
Thank you very much.
How are you, Alain?
It was another good weekend.
What is your crystal ball?
Yes, we hope to follow with that luck, because we know the difficulty about the prediction, and sometimes some weeks is going good.
Show us your crystal ball also for this match day, the 13th. So remember to comment the video with us and don't forget to like and subscribe to know every single video that Alain is doing with very good tips. And now let's go on with the show. Well, Alain, let's start with the game we have on Friday. We have Lens Toulouse, one of the best teams in this league, and now they are second in the standings. Lens, they beat Olympique Marseille in the last game. Usually we see really low scoring games with Lens, and they are facing Toulouse, one of the teams that score a lot, last 5. Both teams to score, and we have to say that Toulouse, they are doing a great job in their comeback to the Ligue 1 this season.
Yes, in the last game we saw a Lens without the average of goal about the beginning of the season. We saw a Lens with more balance, especially in the defensive phase. They concede less, but they create less. We saw 3-1-0 in Marseille, very good result for the North team. In the derby against Lille, they lose 1-0, and the last game at home when they won 1-0, I don't remember now the opponent, but with Toulouse, every game are funny. The risks are really high, and is a team play with a positive vibes, and we saw that last Sunday against Strasbourg. Very good first half. The frequency about the finalization are really high, probably one of the highest in Ligue 1. When do you have that offensive mentality, you concede. And Lens living about the transition. Lens is a team known to close the space, wait the rival, and play in transition. I think Lens will be winning this game. With the goals, I am not really sure about the over about this game. I prefer to choose Lens winning odds 1.63.
We were seeing the last 5 games between these two teams. Lens, not between these two teams, about these two teams. Actually, and it's very difficult to pick the goals because, as I said at the beginnings, with Lens, we aren't seeing many goals, as we can check right now against Marseille, against Montpellier, against Lille. But with Toulouse, is the opposite. At least 3-4 goals in every single game, always with both teams to score. Lens to win is Alain's first pick. Next game on Saturday, we have PSG 3, and we are getting closer to the World Cup, and we see Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe absolutely on fire, both in Ligue 1, like against Ajaccio, and also against Maccabi Haifa in the Champions League. Especially Messi is really on fire, playing as a real number 10, organizing the team. Alain, so if we want to bet something about PSG, is thrashing teams, no? I guess in this stage of the season.
Yes, yesterday we saw another exhibition about the offensive player of Paris Saint-Germain. The structure about the midfield changed every game, but in offensive phase we saw both players in a very good form, because Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi right now are in his best form from the beginning of the season. We saw that again. Maccabi, Troyes risk a lot to go to Paris. Paris PSG need to win game. In Ligue 1, I am curious to saw the team will be present. Galtier, because the next week there will be play against Juventus, and they need to winning to finish first in his group. Now, Troyes, every game of Troyes, we saw goal. Troyes is a team where the both teams score, is a really good market to choose in the last journey, especially in the beginning of the season, not so well. Now, against Paris Saint-Germain, yesterday I saw a team who is a grade of motivation really high. Is really difficult, especially for the defensive phase of Troyes. It will be a painful game. I choose PSG winning at the end of the first half and at the end of the game, odds 1.42.
All right, El Fideo, I guess he's a fan of Di Maria, is telling us PSG over 2.5 goals with Neymar to score. You mentioned Troyes and the stats about both teams to score. 10 out of 12 games in this Ligue 1 saw Troyes and both teams to score in the game. So this is a good stat, good number if you want to bet also in this game and risk a little bit and going for both teams to score. And on Saturday, we also have Strasbourg, Marseille. Something is not clicking in Olympique Marseille right now. 3 consecutive defeats. Now they are 5th in the standings. Only 1 goal in the last 3 games. And Strasbourg, once upon a time, Alain, it was a strong team playing at home. This season, no victories yet.
Yes, it's one of the mystery about this season of Ligue 1. The average of point of Strasbourg when they play at home. I think historically, I don't remember this poor average of point at home that doesn't winning. I think that there does only two or three draw at home. 3 draw is really poor. The good news about the Strasbourg, for the Strasbourg fans, is the reaction they have in Toulouse last Sunday, and at the end of the game, they're great to winning that game. Now the question is: away, they won in Angers, they draw in Toulouse. What happened at home? Because we wait a reaction. After the really good winning in Angers at home, they lose 3-0 against one of the team more informed in about this Ligue 1. Marseille now, I said you the last week, Edu. When Marseille win in Ligue 1, Marseille lose in Champions. When they win in Champions, they lose in Ligue 1. And it's from the beginning of the season. You saw the positive streak of Marseille. They lose the first 2 games in Champions. They won the last 2 games, and they lose in Champions, and they lose the game in Champions. It's in Ligue 1. Is a mystery. It's a totally mystery. I think Marseille is difficult game in Strasbourg. It's true, Marseille away they lose only in Paris in Ligue 1 this season, and they have really good stats about the less goal conceded. But for that game, I think Strasbourg will be catch point 1x no bet odds 2.40.
All right, a bit of a surprise going for the underdog here. Marseille is not a team to be trusted. Rush is telling us. That's why Alain is going for a Strasbourg draw, not bet. On Sunday, we have Auxerre, Ajaccio, two of the worst teams in this Ligue 1, but with different tendency, because Auxerre, they are falling and falling, only 2 points in the last 8 games, and we've seen a reaction from Ajaccio. Of course, they lost against PSG, but they do to Troyes, they beat the Olympique Marseille, so they are slightly better right now, Alain.
It's a scare game. It's two team knows each other really well because they fight in Ligue 2 the last season, the beginning of the season. Both teams have difficulty. Each team has his specific difficulty. Auxerre is in the defensive phase, while Ajaccio is in offensive phase, because Ajaccio is a really good defense and they conserve the block. Now, Auxerre is in a process to change the manager. What will be the new model of play about Auxerre, because they need to find a balance about the two principal phases of the game. Now, Ajaccio, in the last weeks, Belaïli arrived in Ajaccio. I think that one can be a key to change the things in offensive phase for Ajaccio, because he's a play with a lot of fantasy, and he can decide a game in an individual play, and Ajaccio doesn't have that type of player, and for that reason I think the average about the goal in Ajaccio in the next weeks will be improved. I choose the over 1.5. The odds are really high. 1.44 for the over 1.5 goals.
Okay, at least 2 goals for this game. Next one is Monaco. Angers. Monaco, they were good in Ligue 1 a couple of weeks ago, but they lost to Lille despite leading 2-3. They also drew with Clermont, so again they are out of the European spots, but Alain, they are facing the bottom of the table, so a good opportunity to bounce back.
Yes, Monaco now need to catch point in Europa League and in Ligue 1. In Lille, it was not a game of Ligue 1, it was a game of Eredivisie, with the defense, with the door was open, and we saw 7 goals. And with that type of team, with that type of ambition, it's not common to saw so many goals in a Ligue 1 game. Now Monaco have a good opportunity right now to recover the victory, because Angers suffered a lot. We saw an improvement against Rennes, but Angers doesn't have a really good striker, a striker to convert what create the team. Because in the game against Rennes, we saw an Angers productive, and in his best moment in offensive phase, they concede both goals. Now, playing against Monaco is really hard, especially because Monaco is a really physical team. And Angers, when do you want the physical fighting against them, they have a lot of limit, because technically is not a team with a lot of talent. I think Monaco will be win this game. The odds are high in between the difference between both teams. Odds 1.43 for Monaco winning.
And Ben Yedder is scoring. El Fideo is telling us, Wissam Ben Yedder, he scored him, I think, no, against Lille as well. A really good striker. Well, Monaco has to bounce back, that's for sure. Next game, we have Brest. Reims. Brest, they were the bottom of the table until the last week. They beat Clermont, still in the bottom 4. And Reims, they have shown a good reaction so far. They beat Auxerre 2-1. They are out of the relegation before 3 consecutive draws, so they are getting points and points in the last match days, Reims.
Yes, Brest choose a Lorient solution in the bench because normally a manager from the club will be take the place about Michel Dezacarian. We saw a really improvement in Clermont with a winning clear with 3 goals score, and it give us the inputs. The vestiary was not so comfortable with Michel Dezacarian. Brest for the squad is a team built to be in the middle of classification and not in the bottom. Now, if Brest start to score a little more in his match, I think we will be enjoy more the game of Brest because the last weeks about Michel Dezacarian, the team was really poor in both phase, in the mentality, and now I think an improvement. We saw an improvement, and it was a good decision about the board to fire Michel Dezacarian. Now Reims is a team with an interesting offensive powder. Balogun and Ito make the difference in Ligue. We saw that in the last weekend, and I think there will be follow in this journey. I choose the over 1.5 goals for that game with the odds 1.32.
Hello to Mukelabai from Zambia. I was checking because we always say that Reims sees so many red cards in this Ligue 1, 0.7 red cards per game in Ligue 1. This is a lot. Actually, the second team is Montpellier with 0.4 red cards per game, one every 2 games, more or less. So imagine for Reims, around 8 red cards in this Ligue 1. We can see all the stats, by the way, in the Oddspedia page for the Ligue 1. You go there, and below you find all these interesting stats that can help you to place your bet. Next game, Alain, Nantes, Clermont. Nantes also out of the relegation, still playing in Europe. They drew against Nice and beat Brest in the last 2 games. So good results for them. Whereas Clermont, they lost, as I said, surprisingly against Brest at home.
Yes, it was one of the biggest surprise about the last journey, the defeat of Clermont. Now, I start to saw the Nantes about the last season, and I felt the positive results in Nice. I think the priority now for Nantes is not more the Europe, is the Ligue 1. And the team has a lot of talent. It is balanced with the in every line they have player can make the difference in Ligue 1, especially in that type of game against a team with a middle classification ambition like Clermont. Clermont away they catch really good results this season. We saw especially in Monaco. Is a team learn about defend with a low block in his last 30 meter and attack the space. Now against Nantes will have the initiative about the ball possession. I think Nantes will be winning this game because I saw the team in a very good moment. The odds are high, 2.10 for Nantes victory Sunday afternoon.
We stay nearby Rennes, Montpellier. Rennes, one of the most informed teams right now in Ligue 1, 4 consecutive victory. The last one was a bit lucky in the very last minute against Angers. And Montpellier, they lost to Lyon, now 4 consecutive defeats. And we have 2 teams that always score a lot of goals. So here, I guess we should see a goal feast, no, with Rennes winning the game. This is the logical thinking.
Yes, it's possible. Is a good choice. I know you know really well Rennes, Edu. Yes, Rennes is one of the team more informed, most informed in the Ligue 1 right now with Lille. They feel really good, a really good feeling about the especially because the squad have a lot of solution. Now we saw Desiré Doué, 17 years old, enter from the bench and make the difference. They have a lot of solution when you have a Sulemana in the bench. That one means who is the guy start the game, because Sulemana is a player to make difference in every club in Ligue 1 except maybe the Paris Saint-Germain. But for age, for talent, is a player really interesting. And after at the beginning of the season, there found some problem, especially in the management about the results. In the moment of the game, they manage not really well. Sometimes they disappear 5, 10, 15 minutes in the game. They lose that concentration, the aggressiveness, and that one Rennes suffer lose point. And now the team start to be more mature in the management about the minutes and the momentum of the game. Montpellier fire his manager. Montpellier against Lyon lose at home against the worst team away in the league. We saw some improvement, but it's not enough, in my opinion, to catch a positive results in Rennes. Rennes winning 1.73 for the Breton team, winning Sunday afternoon.
Next game, Lorient-Nice. Lorient dropping points in the last games. I guess is normal. They are still 30 in the standings. They drew to Troyes and to Reims recently, and Nice, no reaction from them. Only one victory in the last 5. The last one was a draw against Nantes, and we still have Fabre on the bench. Why he's not sacked yet?
The odds with Lorient are not really clear. Maybe the bookmaker have some information we doesn't have. But in the last weeks, they don't have a lot of success, because Lorient is still with a positive streak, is still in the high part of the classification about this Ligue 1. Nice doesn't improve in the weeks pass, but the team doesn't improve, because we saw Sunday they have the capacity to catch a draw in the last minutes about the game, but in the content during the 90 minutes is not a consistent team, and against a consistent team like Lorient is difficult. Especially away. There will be play in Europe this week. It's difficult for Favre, because Favre is in the line of to be fired. With 2 negative results this week, Favre make his luggage and let his place of manager. Now Lorient known his skills, known his strengths. They're known how there will be play, there will be attack, there will be defend. It's really clear team. They have the capacity to recover the opposite results. I choose the security for that game, a double opportunity, with 1x odds 1.44, because I don't saw Lorient losing Sunday.
Okay, it's Lorient 1x, by the way, so double chance for Lorient. Actually, Armin is reading your mind and telling you how confident are you in the double chance for Lorient. So imagine, Armin, if Alain is confident that is his tip and he's going to bet on that. Here we have Lorient. double chance. And the last game in this match day is Lyon-Lille. You just mentioned Lyon finally winning a football game outside the city, the Groupama Stadium. Good start then for Laurent Blanc. They were coming, remember, from 6 winless games, and now it won't be easy. They are going to face Lille, and the momentum is with Paulo Fonseca's men. They beat Monaco 4-3. Now 4 victories in the last 5 games. They are in a pretty good moment, Lille.
Yes, fantastic moment. Right now with Rennes, I think the team was in the best form. And Lille and Lyon have a big advantage. They doesn't play in Europe. And you can training during the week, and that one I think gives something more to Paulo Fonseca to have that time to training, give us the easily to transmit his concept, because the change of the model of play was radical. Lille was a really defensive team, but in transition. Now Lille is a team with offensive mentality, with a possession ball in the opposite half. And at the beginning of the season, we saw some mistake, especially in the defensive transition. But right now, the team are in a very good moment. And Fonseca entered in the brain about the player. Fonseca is a very good psychological skills, and we saw that about the improvement of the individual player from the beginning of the season. Now Lyon won finally a game away in Montpellier last Saturday. Is a very good point for the especially for the collective, for the group. Now the difficulty are really high in his game. In Montpellier, we saw some bad or some limits about Lyon in defensive phase. Boateng is back, but Boateng don't give that security in the defensive phase. Against Lille, there can be paid because Lille, they have a lot of it's a really vertical team. Jonathan David is in a really good moment. For this game, I saw goals, Edu, over 2.75, odds 1.18.
Marco is telling us that he loves the odds for Lille for this game. And do you agree with Armin, Alain, that Lille wasted 1 year with Gouvernec?
Yes, maybe, but yes, it was a really strange decision. But every decision have an explication, and Gouvernec, known very well the new board of Lille with Olivier Letang. They've known him from Stade Rennais, and when Letang go to Lille, Letang choose Gouvernec. But yes, it was not a trainer can be give the continuity after the Galtier title, because they won the Ligue 1. Now every board make a mistake. Now the present is Paulo Fonseca, and Paulo Fonseca is a very good decision.
Indeed. Well, Alain, thanks for all the tips. Which one is your favorite one? Which one is your safe bet for this match day?
My safe bet is Olympique Lyonnais Lille over 1.75, odds 1.24.
And tell me then your ACCA for this match day.
My ACCA, Monaco Angers 1, Brest Reims over 1.5, Lorient OGC Nice 1x, and Lyon Lille over 2.75 for a total 4.79.
There you have in the screen. Good luck to everyone. Thanks again, Alain. Merci beaucoup, and see you next week. Remember to leave your comments, and as we are repeating here, like and subscribe. It will help us. Thank you, Alain. See you. Ciao.
Ciao.